So today we are going to be fishing this little boat ramp here. Fished here a few times before and gotten lucky sometimes, so I'm going to see what's out and about. Usually while you're out here you can see a few gators floating around and see a bird right there as well. Not too sure what type of bird that is. Always find it so beautiful out here. There's a little airfield nearby, so you can see a lot of planes going by as you're fishing. Really pretty. The last few times I've gone out, I have not had too much luck, so today I'm going to be using a tried and true bait for me, which is going to be the Zoom Ultravibe Speedworm in watermelon. Let's see if I can grab the hook here. So we're just going to be Texas rigging this guy. Got a small weight here. Get on up. Just a little better there. Send out our first cast, see what happens. Oh, I got a little bit of a bite there. Didn't catch it in time. Let's bring the worm back in. See if I still have my tail. Yeah, you can see where it tried to take a bite out of it. Pulled it straight off of my worm, or off my hook here. That was definitely my fault not being ready to set the hook there, so just cast back out there and see what happens. Try to cast the other side of this dock here. The first fish we actually got out here, my wife was able to get one right under this tree up here, so maybe I can kind of toss it under the tree there. Hit the tree and it just dropped in. Was definitely not trying to do that. I'm actually gonna have to run back to my car. These bugs are killing me. Coming back, sprayed myself with some bug spray, and you can see the pretty standard Florida sign there of watch out for alligators and snakes and all of the things that bite. Try casting out a little further in the center here, see what's happening. I may swap over to the bait that I caught my last bass on. A little finesse worm here, just in a nice watermelon color. Hopefully, maybe since it's a touch smaller, I believe it's just a bit thinner than a lot of the other worms I've got, so it should be maybe a little more manageable for some smaller bass if we end up getting into them. There's something nibbling on it there that does not like this worm. And it's just right underneath this tree here. I've gotten 2 bites already. Just keep doing what I was doing. Try to twitch a little bit, make that fish really angry. Didn't feel anything that time. Let's try to get it up under there. Hopefully we didn't spook them all off there. I didn't give any update as to what I'm actually using in terms of gear. So Right now, the rod is a 13 Fishing Blackout. Just maybe 2 weeks ago or so, they were having a sale where they were doing a closeout on them, selling them for $20. So I picked one up. So I think it's originally like a $80 or $100 rod. Got for 20 bucks. Can't complain with that. It's been doing really good. It's a 7'3" medium heavy. Then I'm using the Daiwa Tatula bait caster here, and got it spooled with 20-pound monofilament right now. So I recently swapped from braid to monofilament, but really wanting to get back into the braid probably as soon as I can. It was just a much better fishing experience with the bait caster, in my opinion. Much easier than the mono. Oh man, the GoPro just turned off because it was overheating. Well, we got a little guy on the finesse worm, just a little largemouth bass here. Calm down, little man. There we go. See if you guys can see him hooked right there. That's a pretty good hook set on him. Just a little guy, maybe about what, 6-8 inches or so. Pretty tiny, but it's nice being on the board there. So we know the little finesse worm works pretty well out here. My first fish that I caught was just casting along the bank up there, and that time when I caught that one, I was using the Speedworm as well, but maybe the finesse is the way to go here. Especially because if there are only smaller fish in the pond over there, they'll definitely go after it's a much thinner worm than the Speedworm, and then also it's a lot more like a lot less aggressive than a Speedworm, so maybe that's what did it. Seems like we may be getting, as the sun's starting to set, maybe getting into a time where they're feeding right now. Starting to cool down a little bit. Let's see, I'm gonna go back. One, I'm gonna grab my sunglasses because that sun in the water there is brutal right now. So let's grab some shades. Throw these guys on. And I am gonna try, see if I can cast up underneath this tree again, because I was getting a bite earlier there. That's a pretty decent little shot. Just wish it wasn't so loud walking on this dock. Hoping that doesn't scare anything off. Oh no, I thought I had something there. Let's see, was it a bite? Oh, it looked like it was a bite. You can see there, it looks like something. I think I was maybe a touch slow on the hook set, so I'm gonna cast it right on back out there and see what we can do. Right under the tree there, see if anything thinks a worm just fell. There we go. Oh man, that's a good fish right there. It's not huge or anything, just boat flip him onto the dock. Yeah. Calm down, little man. Oh, jeez. Won't stop. There we go. So here he is. Maybe about a 12, 13 incher or so. Not nothing huge. Got him in the roof of the mouth. It's always hard to get the barb out when it's through the roof. There we go. So here this guy is. You can see he's maybe a maybe a 12-incher or so. Pretty skinny little guy. Toss him back in and get our worm all rigged back up. Her worm looks pretty rough, but I think it has a few more casts in it, so maybe we won't have to instantly re-rig. We'll see how it handles. So far we got one on each side of the dock. A plane going overhead from that airfield I mentioned earlier. Just a little prop plane. No, thought I had something there. I think I'm just getting too excited. I think that was a tree branch in the water or something, probably. One thing to say though is it is a beautiful day. Even if you come out and don't catch any fish, like, what a lovely time to be out. Let's see what time it is now. It is 7:30, so we still got a little bit more time. I think sun's gonna set maybe here in 15-20 minutes. Probably when I'll call it. Well, I think that's probably going to wrap up this fishing trip. Only got 2 fish, one really small guy and a decent 12-incher, so definitely won't complain about it. May just do the usual 1 or 2 more casts, but if you don't see anything else from me, hope you enjoyed, and hopefully we'll get some more content out there.